Hi, I'm Lisa Prezano and I'm here for Western CPE Conference. I've been a CPA for about 4 years now, so yes, that would make me a millennial. I have an auditing background and now I work for a quick service restaurant, corporate restaurant in Atlanta, Georgia. And so I'd like to talk to you a little bit about millennials being one, working with them on certain team projects, and just kind of some observations as well, just from my background as well with public accounting. I'd also like to talk a little bit about just the hospitality industry itself and the restaurant industry that I work in. And I think we do a great job harboring a lot of those millennial feelings of going the extra mile and wanting to be accountable and responsible for initiatives themselves. And I think in a lot of ways, because of my current role, it's in some ways allowing them to really take charge and go full in on some of these initiatives, but it's also important to make sure that there is the level of gold, silver, bronze. Where are we going to prioritize? Currently, I'm working in planning and budgeting, and so it's really important for us to be able to allocate to our resources appropriately and really make sure that they're going to the places that can best return our dollar and best foster stewardship in the company. When we're working with millennials, we really like to make sure that they feel like we are part of their team and not someone that's trying to stifle their creativity. I really like to make sure that they're aware of, we are really wanting to make sure that their point gets across and it gets right up the ladder to the people that are making some of those decisions, that they're being heard and what they're saying is really being executed on. So I like initially to just make sure that there's transparency and communication amongst all the members at the table and make sure that everyone is in the room. I think a lot of times millennials feel like they're doing a lot of the crunching and they're doing a lot of the work behind the scenes, but then there's that closed door where they don't have a seat at the table. So making sure that they're there, they're seeing what the thought process is in order to get to the answers and get to the execution. It's really important to just make sure that they're sitting at the table. So particularly for myself, being a millennial, I found it really impactful for myself this past spring. We had a strategic planning meeting where there are 6 different strategic teams, cross-functional amongst the business, and they were given the opportunity to go in front of the executive committee and make a proposal on their planning for the upcoming 3 years. I liked being able to be there and see the discussions that were taking place and what really went into where they see the business going in the future. I like being able to go back later on, discuss and see what kind of things were important and takeaways that are important in order to really make sure that the right people are being heard. Okay, you all baby boomers, I'd really like for you all to just understand the way that millennials work. And I think that is just a prime example would be just this past spring when we had a presentation to go through some of the new items that will be on the menu, and we put together a business plan. We did some forecasting and planning, and we're really able to come up with some scenarios in order to drive home the bottom line. And I think just being able to build that confidence in each of the millennials and make sure that they're aware that what they're doing on a day-to-day basis does make a difference. So getting up there, and when my team went up there and we got off and the executive committee came by and really congratulated us and thanked us for our hard work, it just really propelled us for the next quarter. Last words before Stu concludes our lesson here is just when we were finishing our presentation, we were talking a little bit about our fruit salad and particularly the items within the fruit salad. It turns out that a lot of the costs going into blueberries and some of the other more expensive items were actually not the favorite from a customer perspective. So we were able to dig down based on some research and some fact finding within the restaurants, and then the cost from our business analysis group. And it turned out that we were really able to save the business a lot of money on that. So long story, that's something that I would like to just take away from the class this morning. Thank you. It was a simple switch between blueberries to strawberries that really saved the company quite significantly.